Hey nerds, it's Tuesday, November 12th, the 46th week of 2024, and I'm running down what's coming up this week, starting now. Welcome back to the Nerd Social. I'm Nathan. As always, if you want to jump ahead of the intro to see what's coming up on any day of this week, there are chapter links below. All right, so I took a week off for the election and the weekend off for Veterans Day. We are in a completely different world now, and there are quite a bit of things coming up this week. So let's get started. Going back a couple days to Sunday, we had from episode 8 of season 3, Threshold, accusations start flying and truths come to light in the aftermath of a tragedy. Victor struggles to overcome long buried memories of the town's past, and Julie and Ethan search for answers about the mysterious ruins in the woods. We had the season finale and perhaps series finale of The Penguin, episode 8, Great or Little Thing. Truths are laid bare as Oz Cobb nears the end of his journey and his power struggle with Sophia comes to a head. So Colin dropped a review of the finale. You can find the link up there. Krapopolis, episode 6 of season 2, National Lampoon's The Odyssey. The family takes a vacation to Strogos in Schlub's mother's birthday. Had a new episode of The Simpsons, episode 6 of season 36, Women in Shorts. The women of Springfield are featured in funny short stories. Franchise, episode 6, entitled Scene 110, Baptism of Fire. As the crew threatens mutiny over yet another late night shoot, Dan attempts to raise morale, while Eric anticipates a visit from an A-list director. Meanwhile, Peter and Steph flirt with potential HR violations. The Equalizer, episode 4 of season 5, Sacrifice. The team faces a race against time as they work to rescue a young hacker who has been coerced into doing the dirty work for criminals. Special Ops Lioness on Paramount Plus, episode 4 of season 2, 500 children join comic contact with a potential new source of intel. A newly expanded team conducts a hit with unprecedented results. And finally had a new episode of Somebody Somewhere, season 3, episode 3. Porch Lyfe, Tracy bonds with an influential club member. Sam agrees to a doctor's visit after years of avoidance. Joel and Brad navigate making room for each other's needs. On Monday, we had Brilliant Minds, episode 7, entitled Chapter 7, The Man from Grozny. Dr. Wolf and their medical team undertake an unprecedented procedure, implanting a brain-computer interface into an unidentified patient's brain, pushing the boundaries of experimental treatment. Episode of Superman and Lois, episode 7 of season 4, A Regular Guy. After some concerning interactions in town, Clark is determined to protect the secret that he's Superman, a task complicated by Jonathan and Jordan. Lois considers the future of the Gazette after Chrissy proposes something drastic. An episode of What We Do in the Shadows, episode 6 of season 6, Laszlo's father. Laszlo's father's ghost returns to make amends, while Nadja and Nandor deal with the shapeshifters who have moved in next door. Finally, on Monday, on Amazon, we had a series premiere and complete series of In Cold Water, The Shelter Bay Mystery. Canadian teacher Laura Letts Beckett drowned in 2008. Her husband, Peter, claimed accident, but police suspected he murdered her in the BC wilderness. Was it a tragic mishap or a cold-blooded crime? Today on Tuesday, we had High Potential, episode 7, One of Us. Morgan agrees to show Ava around the LAPD, but things quickly take a dangerous turn when the precinct is held hostage by the friends of a recently convicted man. Have the season finale of Where's Wanda? This is episode 8. The season finale with the festival underway, the Clats set out on their mission and make a shocking discovery. We have The Irrational, episode 5 of season 2, titled Ghost Ship. There's no description of this episode episode that I could find. We have the series premiere of St. Denis Medical on NBC. They're dropping 2 episodes today. First episode is entitled Welcome to St. Denis. Alex is torn between her daughter's school play and an all-hands situation in the emergency department. Joy spends the hospital's limited funds on a fancy mammogram machine. Matt's first day as a nurse isn't going as he hoped. Episode 2 is titled A Very Robust Personal Life. Joyce's belief that personal life should stay out of the workplace is tested by unexpected news. Ron thinks Patient has a crush on him. Bruce tries to demonstrate the value of his important work. At the special on Netflix, Adrienne Lop, the Dark Queen, comedian Adrienne Lop-Lucci takes aim at our public figures, awkward tribute tattoos, virtue signaling, and more in this unfiltered stand-up special. Paramount Plus, we have a special called Larger Than Life, Reign of the Boy Bands, tracing boy band evolution from the Beatles to K-pop, delving into 90s, 2000 icons and highlighting this enduring musical movement's rich history. On Disney, we finally get Deadpool and Wolverine arriving. The Time Variance Authority offers Deadpool a place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but instead he recruits a variant Wolverine to save his universe from extinction. For digital sale today, VOD, we have Bangkok Dog from the makers of Umbok. An American agent is sent on a dangerous undercover mission in Thailand to dismantle a sadistic crime lord. Megalopolis is coming to digital sale, VOD only. And Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis, a visionary artist, Adam Driver, with utopian dreams, clashes with a conservative mayor, Giancarlo Esposito, wedded to the status quo. On Wednesday, we have a new episode of Secrets of the Dead, Lost Treasures of Angkor, The Discovery. This is episode 3 of season 22. Angkor was the capital of the Khmer Empire, which controlled much of the region between the 9th and 15th century. The discovery of an incredible hoard of stunning artifacts is providing surprising new clues about this early Khmer society. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we also have a new episode of Abbott Elementary, episode 6 of season 4, The Deli. When the neighborhood deli is forced to close to make room for a trendy smoothie place, Melissa, Barbara, and Jacob team up to fight the gentrification. The district asks Ava to present to fellow principals. We have a new episode of Shrinking, episode 6 of season 2, In a Lonely Place. Paul and Jimmy look for Sean's dad. Gabby tries to keep Liz from sinking. Alice is surprised to find out who Brian has been spending time with. We have the season premiere of Bad Sister Season 2, 2 years after the accidental, in quotation, death of Grace's abusive husband. The close-knit Garvey sisters may have moved on, but when past truths resurface, the ladies are thrust back into the spotlight. Suspicions are at all-time high, lies are told, secrets revealed, and the sisters are forced to work out who they can trust. So they're dropping 2 episodes on Wednesday. I have watched this entire season. I might cover the first 2 episodes that they're going to drop on Wednesday. We have the series premiere of Call Me Ted. We get the complete limited series on Max. The life and legacy of Ted Turner are told in his own words in this 6-part docuseries. Finally, on Wednesday, we have the Netflix movie that was in theaters a few weeks ago, Amelia Perez. In this fever dream of a film, disgruntled lawyer Rita is tasked with assisting an escaped Mexican cartel leader in undergoing sex reassignment surgery to both evade the authorities and affirm her gender. On Thursday, we have a new episode of Found, episode 7 of season 2, Missing While Hated. M&A investigates the disappearance of a non-binary activist, suspected to be a hate crime. Gabby confronts memories from her past, opening old wounds. Trent intensifies his pursuit of Sir's potential accomplice. Zeke crosses a dangerous line with the DCPD, with potential consequences for himself and the team. I have a new episode of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, titled Thanksgiving. This is episode 5 of the first season. Mandy struggles to get Georgie's family to join him for his first Thanksgiving without his father. We have a new episode of Ghost, episode 5 of season 4. A Star is Dead, Alberta offers to help Sam prepare for an audition for a community theater production. Sass finds a new reason to interfere in Jay's dreams. I've had screeners for this in the past. I will try to get a screener for the next couple episodes, and if I do, I will start reviewing the show. We got a new episode of Matlock, episode 6 for a season, titled 16 Steps. Olympia and Julianne revisit a case involving contaminated baby formula and a child's death, revealing flashbacks about their divorce. Meanwhile, Maddie's high stress levels make her contemplate resignation. I've seen this episode. I have screeners for this show, so I'm going to review it. We have a new episode of Star Trek Lower Decks. This is episode 5 of season 5, Starbase 80. An unknown force is destroying starships and threatening galactic peace. Luckily, the USS Cerritos crew isn't important enough for things like that. Instead, they keep up their duties, avoiding evil computers and getting stuck in caves. We have screeners for this. We've been behind on reviewing this because of the election and other work commitments, but we'll drop a review of this and probably drop a shorter review of the first 4 episodes as well. We have the series premiere of Cross. The complete first season is going to drop on Thursday. TV series based on James Patterson's Alex Cross novels. Alex Cross uses forensic psychology to analyze killers' minds, delving into victims' psyches to identify murders and bring them to justice. I watched this over the course of the last month. It's pretty good. I will review the entire season since they're dropping the entire season. I'll probably drop that on Wednesday or Thursday. We also have the series premiere of The Day of the Jackal with Lashana Lynch and Eddie Redmayne. The Jackal is an elusive assassin who makes his living carrying out hits for the highest fee. He soon meets his match and a tenacious British intelligence officer who tracks him down in a thrilling cat and mouse chase across Europe. They are dropping, I think, 5 episodes on Thursday. We also get the series premiere of Say Nothing on FX on Hulu. There's the complete limited series. Description here is spanning 4 tumultuous decades during the Troubles in Northern Ireland. On Friday, we have a new episode of the Great British Baking Show Collection 12, episode 8. This week is going to be 1970s week. Last week was Dessert Week. Have a new episode of It's Florida Man on HBO. This is episode 5 of the first season, titled Bunnies, featuring interviews with everyday Floridians and bringing to life unbelievable ripped from the headlines tales of the Sunshine State with a rotating cast of actors and comedians. This is episode 5 of this first season. It is titled Folie à Deux. There is no description of this episode though listed. We have a new episode of Silo posting on Friday. Men and women live in a giant silo underground with several regulations which they believe are in place to protect them from the toxic ruin world on the surface. So I've seen the majority of the season. I think when I stopped a couple weeks ago, they hadn't posted the last couple episodes, so I'm going to try to cover this as well. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the entire season, but I'll cover what episodes, or if I think they're going to drop one episode. I'll cover the episode that they drop, or episodes that they drop on Friday. We have the series premiere of The Creek Tapes on AMC Plus and Shudder. It explores a collection of videotapes from a serial killer who hires victims under the false pretense to film them. Each episode features a new victim. On Disney, we have a special. It's a short titled An Almost Christmas Story. Moon, a curious young owl, finds herself trapped in a Christmas tree destined for Rockefeller Plaza in New York City. Trying to escape the city, Moon befriends a lost little girl named Luna. Together they embark on an adventure. We have another special on Amazon and Hulu titled The Night Before Christmas in Wonderland. The Queen of Hearts has outlawed Christmas. As a child, the White Rabbit missed her gift. Years later, Father Christmas receives the lost letter and voyages to Wonderland with the help of a curious young Alice. Can Christmas be saved? On Friday on Netflix, we also have the debut of the second part of season 6 of Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai's 6th and final season continues with part 2 set to premiere on November 15th. Season 6 part 2 will follow Miyagi-Do's journey to Spain for the Sekai Takai, where tensions rise and new challenges emerge. With the final season split into 3 parts, the first is already out, part 2 drops soon, and the concluding part arrives in 2025. Also on Netflix, we have Close to You. When he returns home for his father's his birthday, the trans man finds that his family is struggling to accept his transition. On digital VOD only, we have Get Fast. When his partner in crime is kidnapped after pulling off a massive money heist, a notorious professional thief tracks the abductors into the territory of a merciless drug lord, pursued by dirty cops, low-level cronies, and the crime syndicate's deadliest hitman. On Peacock, we have the premiere of Twisters from this summer. As storm season intensifies, the paths of former storm chaser Kate Cooper, lured back to the open plains after a devastating encounter years prior, reckless social media superstar Tyler Owens collide when terrifying phenomena never seen before are unleashed. In somewhat wide release in theaters, we have Ghost Cat Unzu. Friendship is shared between Kairin, a strong-minded girl sent to live with her monk granddad in the Japanese countryside, and Anzu, the ever more unpredictable phantom feline who acts as her guardian. We have Red One. After Santa Claus, codename Red One, is kidnapped, the North Pole's head of security, Dwayne Johnson, must team up with the world's most infamous bounty hunter, Chris Evans, in a globe-trotting, action-packed mission to save Christmas. More limited release, we have All We Imagine as Light. In Mumbai, Nurse Prabha's routine is troubled when she receives an unexpected gift from her estranged husband. Her younger roommate, Anu, tries in vain to find a spot in the city to be intimate with her boyfriend. Bogart, Life Comes in Flashes, explores the iconic actor's journey to stardom through his relationships with his mother and wives, including Lauren Bacall, using rare footage and his own narration to offer an intimate portrait of a deserving star. Breakup Season, a young man brings his girlfriend to his rural Oregon hometown to introduce her to his family, only for things to go terribly wrong upon arrival. Elton John, Never Too Late. It showcases never-before-seen concert footage of him over the past 50 years, as handwritten journals and present-day footage of him and his family. Finally, on Friday, The World According to Allee Willis. Songwriter-artist Allee Willis began filming her life as a kid in the 1950s in 1950s Detroit and never stopped. She pursued creative expression at all costs while struggling to fit established gender and sexual norms until she found a path to love. Finally, on Saturday, we get the next 3 episodes of Arcane, episode 4, 5, and 6. Arcane Season 2, the origins of 2 iconic league champions set in a utopian Piltover in the oppressed underground zone. So we've reached out to Netflix for screeners for this. Hopefully we can cover it week to week. There's already a review up of the first 3 episodes by Colin and Paula, if you want to check that out, and we will try to continue covering this. Hopefully Netflix will be cooperative in that endeavor. So that's it for this week. If you want us to cover any of the productions we aren't already covering, comment below, and if we get enough requests, we'll try to work them into our production schedule. And if you found this video useful, be sure to like and share and subscribe to make sure you don't miss our next update, our analysis reviews, or news coverage. See you in the next one, guys. Bye.